is Singple。
欢迎来到简单歌唱 Singple， 我是歌唱师 Orange。今天这集非常厉害，因为又有大师要来啦。你有没有看过《罗密欧与茱丽叶》法国音乐剧一生必看的莎士比亚经典巨作？今天我们就邀请到 John Eyzen。A.K.A. 罗密欧的好友莫哭修，他同时也是钟楼怪人里面的诗人，也是护卫长。我们非常期待，因为我觉得能够把唱歌技能点到满出来，同时还能够当这么多音乐剧的主演。你知道更猛的是什么吗？就是当他演出结束后，会有一大群女粉围绕着他，不让他回家，真的是太厉害了 shopee。对了，待会记得提醒我，问他我有没有当罗密欧的潜力啊。
Doors, I'm a fool for your love.
John，
大家好，我是 John Eyzen。Bonjour， yeah, nice。
今天我们的重点是要John来跟我们分享一些甄选的技巧。如果你未来是想要成为音乐剧演员，或是你未来想要加入流行音乐学校，或是你想要成为练习生，这集就会教你怎么样通过第一关甄选。现在我们就来第一题吧。John，你是最初在什么样的契机下加入音乐剧的
So I was very lucky because I'm kind of born in a musical school. My parents used to own a musical school, so I did my first stage when I was like 2 years and a half old, so very young. I've been trained since I'm a baby to do musical.
Wow.
So it was kind of natural that I entered this world when I became an adult.
Okay.
So my first musical was Romeo and Juliet. I mean, professional musical. The first one was Romeo and Juliet.
Wow.
I entered it. I was 20 years old, some few years ago. And basically, I entered the show naturally. You know, I did an audition, then a second, third, and that's how I got the role of Mercutio that I still play today, years later.
Yeah. OK， 那这样如果对于那些想入行的人，你有没有什么建议可以给他们
Well, you know, entering the musical world is kind of tricky because it's a very long process and a long training. You know, like for example, pop singers, they learn how to sing, sometimes how to play an instrument. For musical, you must be able to sing good, act good, and dance good.
Wow.
So you cannot become like a musical actor tomorrow. You need to train for actually years.
Right.
It's a long process, but it's a nice one. You know, one of my best memory of my life and career was when I was a student, because you try a lot of different things, some things that you didn't think you would try once in your life, you know, especially in acting courses. So my advice, work a lot. That's my advice. Train every day. You know, it's a lot of sacrifice. You know, when I was a teen, I didn't go out that much. I were in musical school or taking private classes for singing and acting. So yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice. Actually, it's a choice of life more than a choice of career.
好，那这样，如果那些想要甄选的人，他们通常会想要大量的练习，但是最常见的问题就是他们会练太久，导致他最后声音沙哑，或是他们常常会状况不好，那他们应该如何避免这些问题
Yeah. Sometimes accident can happen. You know, we must not forget that vocal strength, it's muscles. So as all the rest of the muscles, you can get hurt. You know, all the professional sportsmen, they get hurt every time.
Yes.
So yeah, it's the same for vocal strings. And unfortunately, for women, it's even trickier because their vocal strings are more fragile. So how to avoid that? First, you need to have a perfect technique, because if you don't, you will get hurt for sure. So you need to train. Basically, it's better to work with a private teacher and a good one. Important to say, a very good teacher.
Very good one.
Very good one. That's important. I was lucky. I had a lot of different teachers. I studied a lot of different techniques for different style of music. So that's why I'm lucky for now. I never hurt my voice, but it's a possibility, so I'm really worried. How to avoid that? So yeah, work on your technique, rest resting is very important.
Do you have any like your personal stories about like maybe one day you feel bad?
Actually, you know, I was trained since I was a kid, and I remember my very first tour, professional tour, it was Romeo and Juliet back in Korea,
Yes.
2006-07. And we had like 8 shows a week.
Wow.
And yeah, it was really, really physical.
Yes.
And I remember after 2 weeks, you know, we had 2 shows during the weekend. We had 2 shows on Saturday, 2 shows on Sunday. I remember the second or third weekend after the first show of Saturday, you know, I was like, I have no voice because, you know, I was trained to do sprint, not marathon.
Right.
And you know, singing is really marathon.
Yes.
And we were lucky. We had an amazing vocal coach that was following us during the tour, so he really helped me to finish the weekend. And okay, that day I understood something. You know, the voice, like the rest of the muscle, the body, everything is mental.
Yes.
And that coach that day, when I was like that, I was like, please help me. I have my second show in 2 hours. I cannot sing. And I don't know how he did that, but he made me understand that day that everything was, not everything, but most of the things, it's mental.
Yes.
And if you have the techniques, of course,
Yes.
then it's focusing and everything is there. Everything is there. So yeah, and since that day, actually, I never heard myself again. My voice.
That's great, that's great. 好，那这样如果当天我们要去甄选，然后状况不好的话呢，要如何快速的进入状况，然后通过甄选？
Well, I'm not the best example for that because I stress a lot during before an audition. So what I do, it's really like relaxation exercise, like really to calm down. And once more, everything is here. So it's really a mental preparation for an audition.
Yes.
And yeah, actually, you know, auditions, it depends who you have in front of you. You know, some people will be like super nice, you arrive, they welcome you, sometimes give you some water, talk a little bit. Some people are like, okay, next, no talk, nothing. So
Yes.
it's really a psychological preparation.
Yes.
And yeah, I was trained for that, and I teach that too. You know, to be like the good guy in the audition or the bad guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's some things that I think we will work on during the masterclass.
Cool. Have you ever been a judge before?
Yes, I've been for one project that I had 2 years ago as a composer. Unfortunately, it wasn't produced, but yeah, I was in the other side, you know, because I've been trained to be like the guy who do the audition, and that day I weren't on the other side of the desk. I was very nice because I know what they went through, so I was super nice with them, like relax, everything is okay, you're doing great.
Okay.
But like, trust me, nobody does that
Okay.
during an audition.
What was your standard for that? Because you were nice.
Yeah, I was nice, but I still knew what I wanted to hear and what kind of actors I was looking for. And there's something very important that all the people who want to do this job, like musicals and everything, you know, sometimes you arrive, you can be the best, the composer or the writer have a different idea of what they want, you know?
Okay.
And even if you're the best, they will be like, yeah, he's good, but like, for what I have in mind for this character in my show, it doesn't fit.
Okay.
So that's why, you know, I have no idea how many hundreds audition I did, and I had a lot of no, but that's normal, that's how it works. Until that day, oh, that guy, he's what I look for my show. He's what I'm looking for. So yeah, it's training and a lot of no, a lot of next. You will hear that a lot, but that's the job. That's part of the job.
Okay. Can you tell about the secret to get through the audition?
Actually, how to prepare for an audition?
Yes.
Of course, we will talk about it more during the masterclass, but first you need to try to understand what the creators or the producer are looking for, you know. Okay, some basic information. If you're like 1.60 m high and they are looking for somebody 1.80 m, like there's nothing to do, you know, but
Yes.
you must search for that before.
Yes.
Because if you arrive, they will be like, no, you're too small or you're too tall for the character, you know?
Yes.
So, okay, that's the basic thing that I do, but you must do that for everything. what kind of voice do they want, what kind of acting they want. Do they want the character to be a dancer, a musician, whatever? You must study all that.
Right.
Then study and try to get all the information about the show. And then prepare yourself for the audition, knowing all that. Yeah, it's a lot of preparation before an audition.
Yes.
You don't go like, okay, I'm John, I will sing my song. No, it doesn't work like that. You must prepare and try to understand what the creators and the production are looking for.
Yeah, that's really important.
Yeah.
Orange， 那我们刚刚前面讲了这么多技巧，然后你刚刚不是叫我提醒你想要请 John 来鉴定一下你有没有当罗密欧的潜力吗？
对啊。
那不然你现在就来演一下，然后也让 John 来鉴定一下吧。
好吧。可是啊，我不会法文哎。
那不然这样子吧，你就用中文的方式，然后演一下。
好像可以哈。那我用中文，然后把它改一下歌词。然后刚刚那个 John 不是说他要来开课嘛，对不对？我记得好像是4月。那我把歌词改成就是跟他课程有关的。
要这么有挑战。
对，就演一个我是一个那种练才的罗密欧，好不好？这样好不好 ？OK， 好，赞。OK， 好，所以 John 现在就来当我们的评审，然后唱给他听，然后让他来评断一下。OK。Are you ready?
I'm ready.
OK.
Show me what you get.
OK. John 的粉丝，你们注意，我 Orange 现在要告诉你，因为版权不能帮他推课，但是4月将要来开课啦。John 要开课，我没推课；John 要开课，我没推课。
Good job. No, then he could be a great Romeo.
Okay, really? Thank you.
For example, if we were in a course walking together, first of all, we would not be sitting. We
Yes.
would be stand up, but
Alright.
we would imagine that we are in the course.
Okay.
So what I would do is first talk about the melody, you know. Da 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 dum, da da dum dum. We will work really on trying to hit the right note.
Okay.
Then second, we would talk about the rhythm because that's something that I learned with a music teacher, not a vocal teacher. A singer who can have a good rhythm when he sings, trust me, all the doors are open, you know. Da da dum dum. Dun, 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 dun. That's really, really important. And
Yes.
that's one of the things, you know, I know Orange, we've been working together already. I know he's a good singer, and that's something that we would work on with you
Yes.
and with other people too.
Yes.
So after working on the voice,
Yes.
we would work on the physical. Of course, now we are doing the video, so we are sitting,
Yes.
but we don't sing like that during a course, of course,
Yes.
or during audition on stage. So we would work on how to stand and you know, in the body, how to be really on the ground, and then how to tell the story. That's the most important thing. That's one of the things I work the most with my students is, okay, tell me the story. What is it about? So this is about Orange thinking he's the king of the world, like
Yes.
Les Rois du Monde and everything, and we would work on how to tell the story.
Yes. 好，再次感谢John刚刚给我这么多当罗密欧的建议，然后他也非常肯定我当罗密欧。虽然我自认为我的颜值顶多就是当周杰伦而已啦。OK， 再次感谢我们的John。
Thank you very
谢谢
much. Thank you, Orange. It was really cool, and I hope to see you all to our masterclass pretty soon.
那如果喜欢今天的影片呢，你未来也想要看到像这样的影片的话，记得订阅、按赞、开启小铃铛，还有一键3连啊！